I understand that saying living from the heart might sound cheesy, but there really is no other way to live your life if you want to be fulfilled or just be satisfied. Because there is only one true way of being those two things and to feel joyful and to feel like your life is fucking amazing. And that is when you live consistently showing up for what it is that your heart needs in this moment. What it is that your true self needs in this moment, because your true self comes from the heart. And the difficult and so fucking tricky part here is that we also have this mind here with a lot of programs in place that in a lot of cases is trying to create and filter and make reality into something that is different from the truth of what is going on internally within your heart right now. So an example would be, I am a person that is supposed to help all others. I'm a person that is supposed to put others before me. I am a person that is supposed to be always working hard. I'm a person that is supposed to be always making improvements, whatever it is. If you have a program like that in place on a day where if you were to tune into your heart and ask yourself, how could I love myself to the highest degree in this moment right now? And then you hear a little silent fucking whisper saying, just relax. Just take a day and spend time with the people that you love. Spend a day just accepting where it is that you are and have fun doing something that you love doing. Perhaps this is what is coming through for you when you really tune in. But if you have lived for a very long time being a person that is perhaps always active, or being a person that is always chasing the success or the achievement or something, then you are living separately from the truth of who you are in this moment. And the most confusing thing about this, something that I have struggled a lot with, is that I understand that on a certain level there needs to be consistency in your life. And the way that I always sought out consistency was through the absolute thinking of the mind. If I get perhaps these habits, or if I keep waking up, or if I have this practice, if I'm doing these things, then I show that consistency, then things are gonna work itself out, right? And that's when we're so lost. When we're so lost in the matrix of this mind that thinks that there is a right or wrong way to do things. I'm here to reveal to you that there is another type of consistency that you can tap into that is actually going to give you what it is that you've been seeking. And that consistency comes in the form of allowing you to be who you are and to honor what is in your heart without judging it as good as bad from moment to moment, and to continue to do that, continue to consistently show up for what is true for you as a person and what is true for what it is that you need in this moment. Not based on what the mind thinks it needs, because it's judging reality in a certain way, believing that I am not good enough to just relax today. I am not good enough to be a person that receives. I'm not good enough to be a person that just exists. I need to prove myself, but to sort of move back with your awareness, recognize that this part of you, these thoughts, were never the true essence of you, but simply something that you, with the awareness that you are, placed your awareness on for such a long period of time that you sort of started to believe that this is who I am. And you got lost in this dream of a reality where you were always dreaming, not consciously aware anymore of who it is that you are, lost in this dream of this personality and this persona that you created, that was always ever created just for you to be somewhere other than this present moment right here. Because within this present moment right here, when you are shifting your awareness from the mind, its thoughts, and you're shifting it into the acceptance of this moment of what's going on in here, then you're awake again. Then you're no longer dreaming. Then you are fully awake, present with what it is that is true to you. And I know that so many of us are lost in that program of thinking that we should be a certain something. At any moment, you can choose to wake up from the dream of being something that you are not. Being lost in this reality of things where you were having this sort of certain type of struggles where you were having these unconscious patterns that are part of that dream state that comes from not existing here with who it is that you are. At any moment you can wake up from that and fall back into who it is that you are again. And all that you really have to do for that to happen is to start spending time within this present moment without judging it anymore. And as I mentioned here a couple of times now, this gets very confusing when you've spent a lot of your time being in that unconscious space. Because as you start finding your way back into this moment again, you'll realize that, oh, maybe it takes, let's say, it takes 2 or 3 years for you to finally realize that, oh, I need to rest a little bit. And you've been, let's say, a productive person your entire life. And then you find yourself into that resting mode for like a whole week, and you're like, oh my God, I finally tapped into it. It's about rest. And then you'll realize after you've rested for a week, as the heart's truth is shifting into let's take action, let's do things, that all of a sudden you're scared, like, no, I need to rest. Like, productive things is bad. I did it forever. And then it's like, no, there's nothing wrong with being productive. There's nothing wrong with rest. There's nothing wrong about necessarily anything. It's just about how your heart is relating to it in this moment, right? So let's say that you've been this productive person for 3 years, and then you rest for a week, and you finally discover what you've been searching all along. Oh, I wanted to move away from this persona that had to be always active, and in the doing of that you rested and you were like, oh, this is the truth of my heart wanted to rest. And then after a week perhaps it's time to take action again, and then you don't give yourself the permission, and so you're back in the loop, except you're on the other end of things now, where you're not allowing yourself to be a productive person because you're a person that's supposed to be resting, because that is the truth. Because this mind thinks in absolutes. One thing has to be good and one thing has to be bad. But moving back into the heart of who you are again is recognizing that it's always shifting. You are not going to know when you wake up the next day what is going to be true to your heart. And so to show up with consistency is to tune in and simply ask yourself, how can I love myself to the deepest of my ability in this moment? And it might be rest, it might be taking action, it might be spending time with the people that you love, it might be cleaning, it might be doing this, it could be literally anything. Don't forget that I have a Patreon if you want to learn more about this. I have my live streams, I'm actually doing one today. I have the courses and my community, and I have some footage there that is not available here on my YouTube that you can also check out. Or if you just want to support me in this channel, then make sure you don't miss out. I'll leave a link down below. Thank you for this time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.